What do you know? My one-eyed willied brother goes out there, says, "Hey, same day delivery, hold that." Thought it was a spinning back fist. Norman said, "No, no, sir. I've been here before. Block it, mink." Shar said, "Oh, you may have been here before, but you never got two packages in the same day. Uh, out."
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on Locked Door MMA. We're your hosts. I'm Brevin. This is my good buddy, JP. We're so excited to be back with you guys for another episode. And in this episode, we will be going over every single fight that took place for UFC 308 out in Abu Dhabi. Potentially had the fight of the year, the robbery of the year, blood all over the canvas. It was absolutely insane. We're super stoked to go over every single fight. But before we do that, just want to give a quick shout out to all of you as our viewers, our subscribers, even our non subscribers. Thank you so much every single week for interacting with us, making this enjoyable for the both of us. We certainly appreciate it. But if you are unsubscribed at this moment, it's free to do. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. We did surpass 100 subscribers. That is absolutely amazing. We thank you guys. That was one of the biggest goals that we had as far as a smaller goal that we wanted to obtain. Now let's continue to grow here on Locked Door MMA and make this thing as big as we possibly can. But welcome to the community. If you are one of our newer subscribers, we appreciate you. All right, without further ado, JP, I'll hand it over to you to kick us off for UFC 308 and go over the main event.
What a card that we needed. I want to say after that horrendous fight night, gorgeous card. Abu Dhabi early, 7 a.m. I had to set an alarm to watch UFC. Hey, count me in. I'll do it again. Pretty entertaining. The main event. Holy shit. I don't really know where to start, what to say.
Why don't you start by telling the viewers what our record was on this card?
Hey, we told y'all we slap pay-per-views. 11-2. 11-2. Everybody in the back, you guys hear it? Can you guys hear me okay? Thumbs up. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, 11-2. Hold that. We'll get to it. And the haters, we just like to chirp, but we ain't going to say nothing when we sweep the main card, are we? Yeah, shut the hell up. Anyways, the main event. Illia Topuria is apparently that fucking dude. Apparently he is a pocket-sized Alex Pereira. I mean, holy shit. Max had that jab early. He was sticking him with the jab, kind of snapping his head back a little bit. I was worried, though, because I was like, Max looks great. I thought he looked great. Got knocked out, yeah, whatever. I thought he looked great. But every time he would snap his head back or he'd hit him, and Ilya would like eat it and his head would snap back, but then he'd still stand there and he'd still... Ilya's boxing, his head movement, his footwork. I mean, holy shit, bro. I told you Max was good at it. Ilya's just the way he steps, dips his head, steps off, angles off. He's not falling back real far to where he's out of countering range now. He's still able to counter. Gorgeous. Took him down too. Picked him up. Real easy takedown. Didn't do it really anymore, but just to, oh, hey, if I want to put you on your ass, I can. Crazy, dude. Crazy fight.
Yeah, insane fight it was for certain. Max did look good. JP said it, came out strong, looked good, was landing his strikes, getting his game going, which was interesting to see as well. I thought Ilya would be able to defend a little bit more than he did early on. I think if this one would have went long, it would have been very intriguing to see how Max and Ilya, which one would have came out on top as far as the striking goes, because that battle in and of itself was beautiful to watch. Obviously, we knew Ilya probably carried the more power in this matchup, but Max is so quick, so fast, and he was the longer guy by quite a bit in this one. Much taller guy. He's a tall guy for this division altogether. The takedowns were coming into play, but then ultimately Ilya finding the home for the left hand, absolutely nuked Max Holloway. And we've never seen Max Holloway get KO'd ever. He's never been knocked out, which in this one, some said, yeah, it could happen. And it certainly did. It certainly did. And I think that really just confirms any doubts that you had about Ilya. It certainly puts Ilya up there in the fighter of the year conversation. I know there's going to be a debate with him and Pereira. Maybe we can talk about that. Maybe we'll leave that out of this video and bring that to you later on. But certainly a top guy inside of the organization, Illia Topuria, absolutely wonderful performance.
Yeah, dude. Nuts. He's that guy.
He
I'll
is
tell
that
you
guy.
at the end of the video, I'll give you out a name that we'll see. We'll see what happens, but we'll get there. Anyways, the co-main, crazy as well on Tapology, said the fight ended by face crank. Rob Whittaker, Khamzat. What'd you think?
Yeah, what did I think? Well, Khamzat got hit with a total of 2 strikes. He came out the gates early and shot the takedown from hell that we all knew he was capable of, and probably is what Islam Aliskerov should have done early and often as well. He didn't and ultimately got caught by Robert. Khamzat went out there, shot a takedown from super far out. It was so fast. He caught him, took the back. Um, Sunk that forearm into the bottom teeth, moved his teeth. Oh my God. Could you imagine the force on those arms from Hamzat? This is what he does. He ruins people's faces. He did the same thing against Kevin Holland, gave him bloodshot eyes, and then literally rearranged the teeth in Robert Whittaker's mouth. He's a killer, and I think this guy is gonna be a long reigning champ. God willing, he stays healthy. I love watching him fight. He is so fun to watch for me. Because I also enjoy like the grappling aspect, the jujitsu aspect of the MMA world. I mean, a lot of you Hamzat haters out there just want to see him stand and strike. When that's not your strength, use what your strength is. And that's what we talk about IQ, all the time. I don't think Hamzat would have got here without utilizing his strong wrestling, his strong grappling. But dominant, dominant finish over Robert Whittaker wasn't even close. It looked like Hamzat should have been a minus 850 favorite. Those are the fights that I expect for some of these heavy favorites that then go out there and go to decision, get beat up a
And
little bit.
shit the bed.
This was the only type of fight that anybody over a minus 400 line, money line, should fight. That's how I feel. It was an absolute dominant performance from Hamza. I love to see it.
The people. I mean, I've seen like people being sarcastic and other people saying that it's boring. Um, Whether they're being sarcastic or not, like we've seen boring wrestling. Marab is boring wrestling. We're gonna stomp the foot. We're gonna knee the thigh. Okay, Marab doesn't finish fights. Not by fucking breaking the dude's jaw. I'll tell you that much. Okay? Shut the hell up. First of all, the takedown, the speed, the length of how far away it was. Oh my fucking God. Dude's sprinting at you, grabbing you right to the ground. So hard to stop. And then people want to say, oh, there had to have been a problem with Rob's teeth. Rob had an injury. There's no way Hamzat. I mean, yeah, maybe he did have an injury. If you've ever been face cranked, you know how it feels. If you're sitting there telling me that you don't think Hamzat is strong enough to do that, you're smoking fucking crack. Stop fading him. Hamzat's the real deal. That was nasty, man. That's why McGregor tapped so fast to Habib. Same process. McGregor's chin was just turned more sideways. Still hurts. Would have dislocated it if he doesn't want to. Because he's pissed off. They're pissed off. Another thing I want to say. For the people before the fight, so many people, all I kept hearing is, what happened to the old Hamzat? The Hamzat's humbled. Hamzat's fucked. He's trashed. I want the old Hamzat. He's screwed. Rob for the win. Y'all are fucking stupid. You guys are brain dead sheep. Okay? A calculated, calmed down Hamzat who's controlling his emotions and fighting calculated. That's terrifying. If he can control his emotions, control his energy, and not gas out, Hamzat's a problem. Nobody's beating him. I don't know what the hell we're talking about. Where's the Khamzat of old? You guys are smoking crack.
Yeah, I certainly agree. This Hamzat was a much scarier version. He was humble, said, "Oh yeah, Robert Whittaker, good fighter, good fighter." But he acted like the old Hamzat as well, just with a different verbal approach, and that was the scariest part. You don't know what you're gonna get. It could be the "I'll kill all of you" Hamzat, or it could be
Kill
a
everybody.
I kill everybody," or it could be the "I respect all these fighters. I'm still gonna go out, break your teeth, break your jaw, and do what I do best." That was a scary version of Hamzat, the scariest I've seen.
100%.
He didn't even shave his head for this one. Let the hair grow out a little bit.
Had the glasses on in the interviews. Bro, I
Yeah,
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
looked like Caio Baralho,
Looked like a
the,
fucking
the fighting nerds.
a fighting nerd professional.
Little John Silva action. Yeah, no, he was crazy. Oh yeah. Also, all you Max Holloway and Robert Whittaker boyfriends out there, pipe down. Pipe down. I
Yeah,
caught a lot of
groupies.
heat on social media, little groupies. Yeah. You guys are just sad that your boyfriend's lost. You got your panties in a bunch. Relax out there. All right. Pete, I'm talking to you. You can catch me outside, Pete. All right.
It's funny.
Moving on down. Magomed Ankalaev versus Alexander Rakic.
I don't have much to say about this one. Uncle Ive just uh, went out there, did what he did, does what he does. Decision win. One thing for sure, Rakic, you gotta fire your coaches. I mean, how many times do we text each other on these fight nights and say, "What the fuck are we talking about in the corner?" These guys that scream at you, "What the fuck? Beat his fucking ass!" What? Give me something intelligent. Tell me something that I can use instead of just yelling at me. Shut the hell up. I'm already in a fight. I don't need you to yell blabber. And then his coaches are telling him, "Oh, you're up 2-0. Just coast this third round." What? What? The only time you should be telling a fighter they're up 2-0 is if they're clearly, blatantly beating the shit out of the other person. Other than that, never tell them that. That makes no sense. Blows my mind, but whatever. Uncle Ive won, so now he gets to get knocked out by Pajeda.
I think the biggest takeaway for me in this one was Ankalaev was 0 for 0 on takedowns. The wrestling was really not there, and I talked about that in the pre-fight breakdown. I don't necessarily think that he's going to resort to the wrestling. Maybe it's there, maybe it's not. I have my own opinions, but like the fact of the matter is he didn't shoot any takedowns. I don't think he will against Pereira. I think he's going to stand and trade and then ultimately feel the Poetan power because against Rakic to stand there and just exchange with them, it's a dangerous game to play. I mean, Rakic did land 34 leg kicks. I thought it would be enough to get Ankalaev out of there. But it wasn't. But still, you can't stand there and just exchange with a guy that has the power of someone like Pereira. I mean, props to him for eating the Rakic power. But Pereira and Rakic are on much different levels as well.
Yeah, like if Rakic is gonna land damn near 40 leg kicks, give Pajeda that many leg kicks and then see what he does with his hooks, with his straights. Like I agree. Excited to see it, cause Ankalaev says he's a striker. Maybe for Halloween. Shut up. Anyways, moving down. Brevin's lock, and the lock came through. Except the log parlay. Shut the hell up. Lerone Murphy, Dan Ige.
Yeah, this was a good fight all around. Dan Ige found early success. Some kind of knew he would. I didn't think it would necessarily be there, but he caught Lerone Murphy and he dropped him. And it was a scary moment for Murphy, but he was able to quickly scramble back up to his feet. Obviously lost round one, but came back and had a dominant round two and three, much quicker than Dan Ige, a little bit sharper on those strikes landed some big strikes of his own. I was glad to see that Murphy came through and did what he needed to do. I don't necessarily think a flash knockout would have done much good for his career, to say the least, against Dan Ige. So I'm glad he was able to recover, hit the lock. That's 3 weeks in a row now. I've been back on top. I told you guys I'd be back. We're gonna keep going. I'm on a roll, and I'm not getting off of it. So
Uh, we told y'all we got a lot of respect for Dan Ige for the Diego Lopez situation. Dan Ige came out and fought Lerone in the first round, the first like minute and a half, 2 minutes, like he thought he was getting disrespected for getting Lerone Murphy. I mean, boy was coming forward. His hands were down. He was uncorking those things, and he caught him. Almost got him out of there. Didn't. Lerone stuck around and then did what he does. Goes to decision. He got his wits about him, and then he's in and out, pop, pop, out, pop, pop, out. And Ige slowed down because at the beginning he was trying to get him out of there. Almost did. You're loading up. I mean, makes you tired. Of course, it makes you tired. And then Lerone, once he's back with himself, he does not stop moving. So you're gonna have to chase him down the whole time. So yeah, Ige got tired, but good win by Murphy, man.
yeah, 1000%. Moving down the card, JP's brother, Shara Magomedov, went up against Armen Petrosian. Had an amazing knockout in this one. Let's talk about it.
Shara, the boy. I told y'all I'm not making Shara the lock for my third time because this is gonna be a close fight. We'll have to see. Son of a bitch. What do you know? My one-eyed willied brother goes out there, says, hey, same day delivery, hold that. Thought it was a spinning back fist. Norman said, no, sir. I've been here before. Block it, mink. Shara said, oh, you may have been here before, but you never got 2 packages in the same day. Out. Some people are early stoppage. Shut the hell up. What was Armin going to do? Sit there and arch his back for the back shots? Shut your mouth, okay? He was out. Fine stoppage. Knocked him out. Double spinning back fist. And I heard Shara got a role in some movie as a villain in Hollywood. Hey, come on, pal. Come on. I'm betting on Shara every other time he fights, except if it's against Israel Adesanya. I don't know what we're doing calling him out. All right? Settle down. Let's crush a couple more cans because you look decent. You got a knockout, but Armin was landing quite a bit. So good win, though. Good win.
Yeah, Armin definitely was landing, and we can talk about that. I mean, if you look at the striking numbers, as far as significant strikes go, Armin had the advantage there, as well as the leg kicks. And we've talked about Shard utilizing his kicks a lot. Well, also does Armin, okay? Armin landed 45 out of 60. Is that 60 leg kicks? Oh,
Yeah.
my Lanta.
Jesus
Shard's legs
Christ.
were beat to shreds. I would have liked to see the result of that if it went to decision, but we didn't have to in this one. Shara put it together when he needed to. Round 2, KO. I talked JP out of the Shara lock. That's on me. Okay, I'll take that. But the one-eyed pirate is here to take over. All right, he is. So keep an eye out for him. There's a lot of matchups I still don't like Shara in. I might, I might just keep fading Shara, but he has proven me wrong, and I love it because I like the guy a lot. So good on him. He looked good in this one.
Anyways, God, fucking damn it. Quick one. I'm not even gonna waste words. Ibo Aslan and Rafael punching bag. I don't give a shit what his name is.
Yeah. JP says quick one. This was like JP on a Friday night type of quick. Okay.
Yippoo!
Um, Rafael landed one strike. And to be honest, I don't even know what strike that is. I didn't see him land a strike, but apparently he was 1 for 1 on his striking. Wow, that's a great percentage.
100%
Welcome to the
clip, baby.
UFC. Welcome to the UFC. He got pieced up by Ibo Aslan. My bad, Ebo, for ever disrespecting you and for not picking you. I should have known the Turkish power was going to show because it did, and it showed quick. I mean, Raphael got hit by that left hand and his eyes just lit up like, oh shit, what are we doing here? And then from there, Ebo uncorked everything that he had, ultimately putting Raphael down. I would have loved to seen the skill set of Raphael, but put him in there against a guy like Junior Tafa and let him get to work. Two light heavyweights going at it. Yeah, but those guys can fight and get cut from the UFC afterwards. I'm excited about Ebo Aslan, actually. He looks very powerful. I think he has a pretty good skill set. My bad for disrespecting you and picking Raphael. You look good, son.
Yeah. I mean, good for Ebo. Got a knockout. I'd like to see somebody who actually fucking throws a punch back.
That's two in a row, though, but maybe that's saying something.
2 in a row. Who's the other one? Who's the one before this that he knocked out? Are you
I
on
think he might
Tapology?
have gone to decision the one before. No, I'm not on Tapology right now. I'm just going off of my memory. Okay, bear with me.
But like, I, I don't know. And Rafael's done this before where he just shelled up on the regional scene. He's shelling up and then the dude gasses out and then he starts to land. Bro, you're in the UFC. Are you fucking stupid? Like what? Throw a punch.
You're
Move.
not wrong. You're not wrong, though. He did shell up quite a bit on the regional scene, but normally that was then compounded with a big strike coming from him, sometimes resulting in a KO right then and there. And he never threw back in this one.
And Evo's just uncorked. He uncorked 28 of them. All of them were
Yeah.
significant strikes. And they're all coming from down here. Fuck that. If
Ebo
we're
now
thinking about.
has, sorry,
No, go ahead.
I was going to say Ebo now has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 KOs in a row. Inside of the UFC, um, on the Contender Series, he knocked the guy out in round 1. Then he came in his first fight in round 3, knocked him out with an overhand right. And then obviously you guys saw what happened on Saturday, uncorked everything into this guy. He does have power.
Yeah, he's got power. I said the same thing. Like he reminds me of Ion Kutalaba. They have power. They'll hit you fucking hard.
I
But
don't know, buddy. You can't really compare a guy to Ion Cutelaba when he has no losses in the UFC. Cutelaba arguably has the most losses inside the UFC.
I mean that's fair. But we'll see. If we're thinking about fading Shara, I'm fading Ebo 100%. Depending on who he fights.
That's how I feel about Shara.
Yeah, well, fuck you, because you cost us a lot this week. Okay.
That's fair. JP's a grown man. He can make his own decisions. Moving down to Jeff Neal versus Walmart boy RDA. Rafael Dos Anjos, we're so sorry that you got injured. You were getting pieced up, though. Jeff Neal looked pretty sharp.
Yeah, sucks. Blues knee out. Terrible. Hate to see it happen. Hate when a fight ends that way. But yeah. Even if he didn't hurt his knee, he was getting clipped, and I don't see that fight changing. I don't see RDA coming on strong in the second and third round and grappling it. Nah. I think he was gonna get beat either way. It sucks that he got his knee blown out though, but I mean you're 40. He turned 40 that day. Sucks, man. But yeah, good win by Neal.
Yeah. Not a good sign when you turn 40 and your knee immediately blows out. Neil did look sharp with the hands. He certainly did. We'll see how he does moving through this division. He'll probably still be playing a gatekeeper role, but he's a good one at that. Moving down the card, Matusz Rebeshki versus Mitabek, oral by JP's lock. JP, I'll let you have at it, brother.
First of all, okay, like I said at the beginning of the show, y'all are real quick to chirp when we lose one fight. When we sweep the main card and go 11-2, ain't nobody want to say shit. Ain't nobody say nothing. Oh, we're quiet all of a sudden. We're not active. Okay, pal. Sure. Like you're saying, fight of the year. I don't know if you guys can hear my fucking dogs going fucking crazy in the background. He's probably pissed that he knows we're talking about Mitobek. No, I'm not even going to say his name like that. Because fuck that guy. Okay? First of all, Rebeshki is a southpaw. It means his left hand's back. So, Mitobek is orthodox, right? He's moving to his right the whole fight. You're circling into the dude's power hand the whole fight. What the fuck are we doing? Anybody want to say something in the corner? Nope. Nobody said nothing. Oh, keep doing what you're doing. Okay. For one. For two, the only takedowns that we're going to shoot the whole fight, other than when we're both sloppy, tired, rolling around, is when we get close and after we headbutt each other, because they did it like 3 times, and then he's just going to grab him over the shoulder and just sit there. We never shot a takedown? Are we serious? You never shot a full takedown? I'm over it, bro. Whatever. Fight of the year. Sure. Rubeski, I guess, didn't gas out quite as bad. Obviously, in the third, he gassed out, but I mean, I'm surprised
So
that fight wasn't fucking stopped, bro. Like, that's why he gassed out.
I agree. The swelling on the eye of Mitabek was insane. It was almost closed. I thought it was a miracle when he said 2 as the referee or the doctor was holding up the number 2. Um, Robeski looked okay. I mean, he did. He has power in his hands. He outlanded Mitabek, which didn't think would be the case whatsoever. And then he had about the same gas tank as Mitabek. And honestly, his wrestling and his wrestling defense looked better than Mitabek's as well, which I didn't think would be the case. We didn't see a very strong performance out of Mitabek. It did equate to potentially fight of the year just from the amount of blood, damage, strikes back and forth, and the swinging of the fight, um, between the two. Split decision. But maybe we had it with Mitabek ending up on top in rounds like 2 and 3. Uh, Arguably won round 1 and he won round 2. So there was a case for Miktabek, but if you look at the numbers, Rubeski definitely outlanded him. Probably had the bigger moments with the knockdown as well. So won't debate that one.
I mean, it is what it is. I was more upset about it when it happened, but I mean, just watching the fight back, like, why? Who told you to circle that way? For one. For two, after the first round, hey, maybe we start circling the fucking other way, pal. Nah. Okay. Whatever. Moving down. This one making me sweat a little bit too. Abus Magomedov, Bruno Ferreira.
Yeah, this one was interesting. I was high on Abus. I know JP was too. In round 1, he came out and looked the part. Great striking, very fluid, very rangy, very technical. Did a really nice job. Round 2, he gets clipped. And all of a sudden, he acts like he doesn't know where he's at. He's kind of running for his life in the octagon. He's like looking down at his feet as Ferreira is just hunting him down, throwing these big strikes. I swore he was going to get caught, and I swore he was going to get knocked out there in the second round. It made it to the third round, and I thought it was a miracle. And then all of a sudden, Abus pulled out the wrestling because he knew he was going to get caught if he continued to stand with the guy. Took him down, locked in an arm triangle. It was it was a good arm triangle, and it was much needed for Abus because I think if they stayed standing, Ferreira was going to probably KO him at some point.
Yeah, you say second round he got clipped. Second round he was tired, and his defense went to shit. Gassed out in the Sean Strickland fight, gassed out in this fight. They're talking about on the commentary how good he looks, how good of in shape he is. I mean, thank God he was in shape enough to just shoot as hard as he could for a takedown in the third round. But that's only because Ferreira was tired because he was a fucking merry-go-round. I mean, stop throwing these spinning attacks. Holy shit. If the dude's not considerably wobbled or anything, if you throw it twice and don't land it or don't knock him out, maybe stop throwing it. It blows my mind. But we got the win with a boo. Or a boos. A boo.
Abu. Yeah, no, good one for him. Moving down. Kennedy Cheshawu versus Chris Barnett. Didn't go the way we expected it to. Another knee injury in this one. How do you think both of these fighters looked?
I thought Chris Barnett was fighting Kennedy in Checkwu. I didn't think he was fighting gravity. Okay? Chris Barnett got 10-8'd when he jumped in the air and then landed. Oh! So, okay. I didn't even see it when it happened until they replayed it, and I was like, oh my God. Dude fucking blew his hammy out jumping. And then he's throwing these spinning kicks. Because what else does he have? Because the dude's fucking 5 inches taller than he is. Threw one, overextended his knee, hyperextended his knee, and then it's just stretching that hamstring even more. I'm surprised he didn't pop that bitch. But I saw him like wobble a little bit, and I saw him grimace. And it was after he got off the cage. So I was like, oh, did he like roll his ankle or something on the cage? Or like break his toe on the cage? We've seen it happen before. And they just kept grimacing and it got worse and worse. Kennedy, what are we doing? Okay, that dude's clearly hopping back, and his left leg, his back leg, hurts so bad he can't plan off of it to throw a fucking punch. And you're going to sit there. How about we leg? I just muted my mic. I'm so pissed off. How about we leg kick his other fucking leg? Nope, he's just going to sit there, throw this dog shit teep, and then he finally hit him with a big body shot that dropped him. I mean, it could have gone a lot more seamless, but whatever. He got the win.
Yeah, I didn't mind the fight from Kennedy. I mean, I think he knew that the size advantage in this one was incredibly in his favor, and so he could kind of take his time with his prey, if you will. And I think he saw Chris Barnett hurt. Why rush in and get caught with something big? You're gonna outlast him. You found success at range. You're gonna continue finding success at range against this guy. I didn't mind that. He's patient with it. We talk about that. Sometimes these guys need to be a little bit patient, and that shows like this level of IQ going into the finishing the fight. Now you're hating on Kennedy. I don't know, man. I thought that was a pretty good approach. Still got the
Just kick
round
his
one
other
KO.
leg. What is he going to
Yeah,
do?
he could
Check
have
it?
utilized some leg kicks.
The fuck are we
Yeah.
talking about? Just kick his other fucking leg. Dude's on one leg hopping around. You're sitting there. What the fuck? Throw a 1-2 and leg kick. 1-2, leg kick. What is he going to do?
Yeah, I will be excited to see Kennedy in the heavyweight division from here on out. He looked fast with his striking, so I think that's going to continue for him.
I mean, he's big as shit, dude. Um, I'm interested to see what you have to say about this next fight. Because I have very strong opinions about this next fight. Fareed Basharat and Victor Hugo.
Yeah, I mean, it was what it was. Victor Hugo missed weight by 10 pounds, so they actually had to move this fight to a different weight class just to get it on the card. Basharat definitely looked like the much smaller guy. However, I mean, striking was pretty good, fairly slick on the feet, in and out of the pocket for the most part. He did get caught at times, need to stay a little safe, and I think that he played the game well. He fought the fight well, especially late, taking him down, controlling him, milking the clock a little bit, just staying safe from these heel hooks and knee bars that Hugo was throwing out there. He's one of those guys that he's always dangerous, kind of like a Paul Craig, but I don't think he's going to get anything done consistently just based off the way he fights. So, yeah, good win for Basharat, I thought. I mean, especially moving up. I mean, Basharat wasn't at the same weight, definitely wasn't at the same weight as Hugo. Otherwise, we probably would have seen more domination out of Basharat.
I hope Hugo gets cut and never fights in the UFC again. I hope he didn't get paid either. If you're going to sit there and fucking throw your hands up and wave the other guy on and sit there and talk shit and then do your little fucking roly-poly shit into a heel hook, boy, you didn't cut 10 fucking pounds. You fought at a weight class above you. A whole fucking weight class. And then you want to sit there and talk shit to fight you? Shut the fuck up. You already lost because you didn't cut weight. Cry about it, pal. And then he does his roly-poly shit. Shut the hell up, bro. I hope he didn't get paid. I hope he gets cut. I'm sick of watching people don't fucking make weight. That's the whole point.
Yeah, that is pretty disheartening. I think there should probably be some harsher penalties and results of guys missing weight, especially that egregiously. He didn't try. He didn't even try at all. And that's just a disgrace to the sport, to the organization. I hope Uncle Dana goes in there and does something about that because for Hugo, I think that's multiple times now that he's missed weight, especially like, what are we just going to try to rig the system and come in 10 pounds heavier than your opponent, knowing that that's your only chance at success? That's cheap. JP's right. You probably shouldn't receive any money for that fight. You should just go get your ass kicked, take an L on your record for free. And yeah, hope that there's something done because
It's
that's
so annoying,
ridiculous.
bro. It's so annoying when the other fighter, nobody likes cutting weight. Literally nobody. Not a single person says, I enjoy this part. It sucks for everybody. It's a fight before the fight. And you didn't even do it. 10 pounds? Come on, bro. Like you said, that's so cheap. You're a pussy.
I agree. Next fight, moving down, Ismail Nordiev versus Bruno Silva.
This one's weird to me. We both picked Nordiev. I can't tell if Nordiev looked good or if Bruno Silva just really did not want to be there. I mean, how many times did Silva throw a kick or like a spinning attack or something? And then halfway through his spin, he would just stop, drop his hands, and then slowly turn back around. And Nordiev would sprint at him and, like, what? And then he'd get taken down or he'd get pressed up against the cage and he would just shake his head and just kind of sit there and accept it. And it's like, I don't really think this guy wants to be here. So, like, yeah, Nordiev looked good. Leg kicks, like we said. He's going to leg kick you. He looked better with the 1-2, his slips. So we'll have to see. Look, he brought out the wrestling too. We'll have to see, but yeah, I just don't think Bruno Silva wants to fight anymore.
No, I mean, I think it's a mixture of both. I do think Nordiev looked good. Implemented his game plan the way we predicted that he would. But you're right. On the other side, Bruno Silva looked very discouraged, looked like he was half-assing every movement that he did out there. Oftentimes we get taken down, look up at the clock, and just kind of sit there and accept positions. And it's like, what are we doing here? And especially at these odds, oh man, I wish I would have hammered Nordiev a little bit heavier. This was the best line of the night for the
True.
fighters that we got in the octagon. Nordiev looked like a fighter. Bruno Silva looked like he retired 2 fights ago. Like he was just showing up to get paid. Um, Only landed 38 total strikes. In comparison, Nordiev landed 107. Shot 13 takedowns on top of that. Bruno Silva had no success. He had no moments in that fight. Nordiev was in control from start to finish. And for those odds, I know a few people that picked Bruno Silva. That sucks. Your fighter didn't want to fight. And it's like going to the horse races and all of a sudden the gates open up, your horse just walks out there and everyone else is
It's
sprinting. That's what Bruno Silva is. He's a retired racehorse.
a good point. It's a great point. Yeah, he just seemed like, I don't know. Bruno Silva retired when Chris Weidman tried to gouge out his eyes in the last fight. Um Now, if you've stuck around this far, this is the craziest thing to ever start off. Not even a pay per view, any fight card ever that I've seen personally live. And I told you guys it would fucking happen, dude. Renat the Rat gets a win over Carlos Leal.
Yeah, man. There's a reason I call Renat the Rat because he's always going to these decisions, these split decisions, these, I guess now a unanimous decision here. Um, to get to the point, guys, this was the robbery of the year. Renat Fakhretdinov lost this fight clear as day. Everybody was in agreement of that. I mean, JP, myself, Daniel Cormier, John Ann, every single person was in agreement that Renat Fakhretdinov lost the fight. We get to the scorecards, unanimous decision victory, including a 30-27. One judge had him winning all 3 rounds for Renat Fakhretdinov. Now, hey, JP and I never have Lady Luck on our side. We never do. But last Saturday, she was with us, okay? We enticed her to give us one finally, getting the win with Rena. That was our prediction. We should have lost it. But hey, I don't care because I know JP will talk about it, and I'm just going to make mention to it. Carlos Leal looks like he's on some substances, okay? And that's not just from the size of his body, it was from the makeup of his skin and all the spots that would heavily, heavily indicate the use of some performance enhancing drugs, aka steroids. Just saying. So Renat going 2 for 19 with takedowns, landed the less strikes, he landed more significant strikes. But he lost the fight. It was clear as day. I've seen a lot of UFC. I'm not gonna stick up for him, even though he was my pick.
Renat the Rat. The first leg on the juicer. Which hit, by the way. Hold that too. Okay, pal? Nice lock. Your mama. All right?
Your mama's locked up.
Your mama's locked up with Renat the Rat, pal. Robbery of the year. Guess what? Don't give a fuck. Don't give a shit. Carlos Leal is clearly on steroids. Clearly on steroids. I'd put money on it. I'd put all the money that I'm up. I'd put my mortgage, everything. Carlos Leal's on steroids. 100%. 100%. He couldn't get tested by USADA. I forget why, but couldn't. Dude's on roids, okay? The boy's back and his chest is broken out more than me as a fucking teenager. Are you kidding me? And he's all bubbly, his bice. Come on, bro. He's stuffing Renat the Rat's takedowns like nothing. Okay, pal.
Yeah. Renat fought like he felt the strength of the steroids, honestly.
Oh,
Like
100%, dude.
he shot 19 takedowns, couldn't land shit, and then was like, "What the fuck is going on? I normally can take these guys down." And normally he can. And Leo looked like Renat didn't know how to fucking wrestle. That's how easy he was stuffing takedowns. I
It
don't think
was
he gets another fight in the UFC because I think JP's right. The dude's on fucking steroids. So that's the last we see of Carlos Leal. Did he get robbed of a W inside the UFC? Yeah. But lay off those
fuck him.
fucking PEDs, bro.
Fuck him. I don't
Come
give a
on.
shit. Like you said, we finally got one on our side. I told you guys it would happen in Saudi because Saudi is clearly biased. Say what you want. Say what you want. You got Renat the Rat robbery drama with the weigh-in show. I won't get into it here. Look it up. Okay? Just saying. The results speak for itself. Don't care. Had it on our side. Renat the Rat on the juicer. Carlos, fuck you. You're a pussy. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. And for all you haters that want to talk about the lock, you must not be viewers of the show because we hit the fucking juicer. We hit the basic. And if you would have put an inkling of money on either of those two, you would have been up quite a bit. JP was up, what, 45 units, something crazy. Hundreds of dollars. Seriously. Hundreds of dollars
Swept the
because
main
he
card.
hammered the. We swept the main card. I didn't. I picked against Char. I went 10-3. We didn't talk about that, but I did go 10-3. JP went 11-2. I'll
Oh,
take it.
sue us.
I'll
You
fucking
went 10
take
and
it.
3.
Yeah, exactly. My fucking fault, you know. But yeah, keep hating on the locks, dude. We're smashing these pay-per-views.
Oh my goodness. What a card though. What a card.
Oh yeah. It was a great card.
Early, got up early. Man, what the vibes were there too. I just felt something. Yeah, when my alarm went off, I said, "You know what? I'm feeling something today. Might be Lady Luck tugging on me, you know." Which she was. Oh, boy was she. And we got one fine.
Yeah, we definitely did get one.
That's good.
Well, that does do it for UFC 308. If you're around at this point, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for your weekly UFC content here on Locked Door MMA. Also, hit that like button and leave a comment in the comment section on topics that you guys want to see us or hear us talk about, or your thoughts and predictions on future fights or previous fights that have already happened. We would love to hear your takes. But as always, we appreciate you guys. And with that, I'll hand it over to JP.
Great card. We got a fight night coming again this next weekend. Yeah, man. Finally surpassed 100. I think we're sitting at 102 right now for subs. Thank you guys. It's been a great journey. We're in it for the long haul. It's gonna be fun. The road to 500 now. Okay, you guys are all 102 of you are coming with us. All right, we've got some more room. We're adding, cars to the train. We got the train a little bit bigger. I'll get the lock dialed in. All right, everybody settle down. Everybody chill out. All right, we had a chance at that lock if it wasn't for fucking fight of the year. All right, those two probably lost 4 liters of blood each. Because Jesus Christ. But what a card. Topuria is that guy. Road to 500. Thank you guys. As always, it was a pleasure. Bingo bango, baby. Peace.